Okay. What's going on, family? What's going on? I'm gonna make this real brief. Let me go ahead and just shoot out this link real quick. I'll make this real brief. Okay. I'm just gonna give you a few minutes to join in because I'm about to get started on this session. All right, so let me drop this here real quick. Okay. All right. What's going on, family? Since some of you already joined in, shout out to M. Moore, Sheikah Johnson, Tribe of Yehuda Israel, Consuelo F, Chief Mike, Kendrick Black, ITC James, Mrs. Royal, Roan Issa, Jetson Silencio, Thomas Jackson. What's going on, family? What's going on? So what I'm doing here real quick is I want to let you guys know that those of you who are subscribed to our Patreon, you guys could check out this exclusive discussion that's going down in like couple of minutes, right? Just wanted to give you a heads up. If you have not signed up for the Patreon, here's your chance to right now. There's so much content on there. I mean, we launch exclusive stuff on there all the time, drop books, articles, giveaways, you name it, it's there. Okay. So this is a more of a behind the scenes private discussion that I'm having with some Eurodicious Christians in regards to the subject matter of the Trinity, which is really interesting. I've never really divulged all of my understanding and knowledge in regards to the Trinity. A lot of times I do it behind closed doors. At some point in the future, I may do a lecture on it. But for right now, this is like more of a side conversation, behind the scenes conversation. And I want to give an exclusive insight to those of you who have been supporting the ministry, those of you who are on our Patreon. I want to make sure you guys get the exclusive. All right. So the rest of my family, what I'll do is when I go live tomorrow, I'll give you guys the post discussion breakdown. All right. Tomorrow. And I'll share a little bit with you guys tomorrow what I talked about tonight. But tonight it's an interactive with these Christians. I don't know how many of them is going to be. It's several of them, right? We're having this dialogue in regards to the Trinity. One of the brothers that got me in touch with the Christians, he's an Israelite. I'm pretty much going to have him on this show sometime in the future to talk about something totally different in regards to trades and how, the youth need to be more vested in trades so that way they can really be economically secure, right? But he, at his job, he has a Christian at his job, and he's an Israelite that are interested in the things that he shares with them. And one of the major things that they have is the Trinity doctrine. So, hit me up. Hey, Divine, man, I watch all your stuff, man. Can you help me out with the situation? I said, what's going on? He said, yeah, I got some Christian friends and associates at work. They really consider the Israelite thing, but they can't let go of this Trinity thing. Right. And I just need some help breaking that thing down so they can understand it. So after me and him went back and forth, I sent him some materials, some videos. some references, and he sent it over to them. He's like, look, they went over it. They're ready. Let's have this discussion. I said, you sure? He's like, yeah. I said, all right, we're about to go down. You feel what I'm saying? So right now we are about to go in. All right. So yes, Ben Wise, it will be available to rewatch on Patreon. It'll be there exclusive for you guys. Okay. And anybody else, again, if you're not a Patreon, it's okay. Tomorrow, like I said, I'll give a rundown. I'll give a brief rundown tomorrow in regards to what we talked about tonight. But tonight is going in. Right. So now I'm just waiting for it to flood up with the Christians. So far, I only see the Israelite brother on there. Right. I don't know if they got cold feet or whatever the case may be. I have no clue. But I'm just doing this right now to kill time until they show up. All right. So I'm waiting on them to show up. You feel what I'm saying? Your brother's calling them right now, trying to get them in. So I don't know what's going on. He sent them the link. So they have the invite link. So we'll see what's going down. So shout out to Big Main in the building, Michael Hunt, Ben Wise, Tekia Israel, Sean 7338, my brother standing for Shields in the building, Millie Love. What's going on, family, man? What's going on? So also, just so you guys know, so tomorrow is Freestyle Friday. You know how we get it in with Freestyle Friday. I don't really have any subject matters on the table, but I'm probably pretty much going to talk about a little bit about what we're talking about tonight. And then, we do the open panel. We do the Q&A for you guys. You know what I'm saying? I want to give a shout out to everybody who's been donating to the GoFundMe. Thank you so much. Those of you who've been donated to the GoFundMe. Again, we're helping a myriad of families based on your generous donations. If anybody here needs help or assistance, email us at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. If you need financial assistance because of the coronavirus pandemic that's going down, COVID-19, and right now the economic depression that's going on, and you need a little bit of change to help get you by, holler at us at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com, and we will hold you down as best as we can. All right. So we have some funds in reserve, and if you need it, we're here to take care of you. All right. Shout out to my brother Dale H., my sister Navia Yashar L. My condolences go out to you, sis. I saw your post on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep you in our prayers. All right. Shout out to Tribe of Judah, Israel. What's going on? Third temple construction update. You want me to speak on that? Or you got something to share with us? Let me know. Shout out to Sedaria Halliburton just joined in. What's going on? So family, look, we're waiting on the Christians, man. Until the Christians join in, I'm going to chill here with y'all. Hopefully they're not afraid of that volcanic smoke, but I don't know. Sometimes people are. But we'll see. You know what I'm saying? They feel slight tremors and they overlook it until the mountain erupts and that volcanic ash goes into the air and, does what it does. So, I on the Patreon as well, I reference a book. And those of you who follow me on Facebook, I put up a source as well. A great book if you want to deal with the Trinity, an excellent book. And it's like a short introduction. Trinity really gets more deeper than that. So what I'm going to do with them is I'm going to look at the scriptural framework of the Trinity. Then we're going to work to church history by means of the Ante-Nicene Church Fathers and what they say about the Trinity. Then we're going to look at the various creeds in regards to the Trinity that comes out of the various councils. Then we're going to fast forward to modern day times. But then when we go back to the Ante-Nicene period, we're going to deal with the Gnostics. We're going to deal with the Ebionites and the Nazarenes, or the so-called Jewish Christians, and what are their Christological views. Because when you're dealing with the Trinity, you deal with Christology, right? Some have high Christology, some have mid and low Christology in regards to the Trinity. I think the Trinity is a huge blunder, and it's presuppositional, man. And it's dangerous, right? It's really dangerous because you're reading the text from the New Testament backwards, and that's not good. Okay, that's not good. And I'm going to school them on that. I'm going to let them know this is not how you read the text. And it looks like, there's one thing to talk about the identity thing, and there's another thing to transition from there into the theological framework of what the text is conveying. And the problem is there's a lot of presumptions, and then those lead to assumptions, right? Pre means before, a means without, right? So it's interesting, man. We're going to go into what economic Trinity is, what the imminent Trinity is. We're going to deal with that. We're going to deal with the influence of Plato, Aristotle, Stoicism, and all those things, and their bearing in philosophical perspectives in regards to the Trinity doctrine. We're going to deal with the scriptures in regards to the development of the Christology. Some people, they believe that Yeshua was divine, after his resurrection. And then as, things are progressing and people are looking back retrospectively on his life and the encounters with him, then it goes back to what we call adoptionism, which means that he became divine when the Ruach embodied in him. during baptism by Yachanan, and then some people push it back further to the virgin birth, and some people push it back even further to his pre-existence. So we got to deal with that as well, and all of the proof texts that they're going to bring out. In regards to that, we're going to go heavy into that. ITC James said Trinity did come out of Kemet, not the Christian Trinity. The one from Kemet is different. So that's another thing that we're going to talk about, right? There are a lot of metaphysical analogies that are made to kind of define what the Trinity is. And because people don't understand the development of the Trinity in regards to Christianity, what they do is that they correlate it to other things in regards to ancient Kemet and other places. And correlation does not equal causation, right? Anybody that learns the science, the axioms as it regards to logical fallacies, you understand that just because two things seem similar does not mean one caused the other, right? These things develop independently of each other, and you got to really see it. But there is a huge Greco-Roman influence in regards to identifying what we see in the text as the Trinity. And again, the error with that is reading the text from the New Testament back to Bereshit, and that's erroneous, right? So we're gonna deal with that. I want them to understand that, you got the existential. I always mess that word as a tongue twister, or ontological existence of the Trinity. And then you have the Trinity working in history, right? That's your economic Trinity. Imminent Trinity is defining it outside of the historical element of salvation and the relationship between the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, outside of the redemption of man, right? And what that relationship is. Then we go into the church fathers who have contributed to it. We're going to look at the Didache. We're going to look at Tertullian. We're going to go into Eusebius, Athanasius, Arius. And then we're going to go into a lot of other individuals that I think that people don't really know in regards to this. And, like Theodotus of Byzantium. He had a really interesting position that was similar to what's called the Jewish Christians. We're going to deal with that. Artemon, we're going to deal with him also. He had a similar position as Theodotus of Byzantium, and you have Theodotus the Younger. And then from there, we're going to deal with Gnosticism in regards to flesh is evil and spirit is good, and their perception in regards to Yeshua. And how all these things factor in what's called the Trinity, right? So, we're going heavy tonight, man. And if you wanted a real reason to sign up for the Patreon, tonight is it. All right. And it's not going to stop at tonight. We got tons of other things prepared. I'm looking at the other stream and I don't see the Christians there yet. I don't know what's going on. I have no clue. Let me check. I should check in with the brother and see. But I just want to give you all a heads up. Shout out to my sister Navia for the donation. I appreciate that, sis. Shout out to Quincy White, VV Life Story. What's going on? Sydney Woods, Ascent of Phoenix, Austin, Texas. Pac Rosino in the building. Benjamin Dyer Wolf, Genesis 49:27. Sean 7338. Thank you for the donation, my brother. Keep the work going, loving the scholarship and wisdom. I appreciate it, my brother. All praise to the Most High Yah. He gets all the credit. I'm just a vessel here to equip y'all along your journey. That's it. My desire is that everybody in this chat is become greater than me if you're not already greater than me. And I'm just paving the way for you guys to have a smooth ride down this journey. All right. That's the least I can do as a servant on behalf of Yah. And we all should strive to do that. You know what I'm saying? And even dealing with the Christians, even though I may talk passionately, I have love for these individuals. You feel what I'm saying? So there's no hatred or anything like that. And I think that makes it easier for me to dialogue with them because there's no hangups. You feel what I'm saying? And that makes for a more organic, natural, and loving dialogue. You feel what I'm saying? And this is the side of our community we got to see. We can be strong on the front lines, but we got to be tender when it comes to in-house things. You know what I'm saying? So the war is outside. Inside is a place of healing, right? So you may get whooped a little bit inside, right? But the whooping is not designed to destroy you. It's designed to build you, right? Make you better, make you stronger. Okay. Shout out to Yah Over Money. What's going on? Door of L. What's going on, my brother? Moriel Fall. So like I said, family, check out the Patreon, man. It's going down. It's going to be a lot of discussions like this that's exclusive to Patreon, but that does not mean I'm going to neglect my YouTube family. All right. I'm still going to give y'all some exclusives. And a lot of things I have planned for y'all as well. So don't feel left out if you're not part of Patreon. But those of you who are part of Patreon, thank you for your pledges. You guys are making everything possible so that I can retrieve resources. I can get in touch with certain people, get access in the reconstruction area of the culture. In the community works that we do, things that we give out, way that we support is another element of that. All right. So, yeah, but like I said, the Trinity thing, I got it locked down to a science. I've been studying this thing for a long time. I think since 2009. So I've been studying this thing for about 11 years. I've been studying the Trinity. And I've never really explicated, the depths of my understanding in regards to the Trinity. To be honest with you, One of the main reasons why I don't like it is because it's steeped in philosophy, right? Greco-Roman philosophy. And that's the wrong way to look at the text. You know what I'm saying? And it gets to a point where it becomes mind numbing because there's so many intricacies that have been created to explain this mystery that at the end of the day, they say you still don't understand. You still can't understand it. The man mind is finite. God's mind is infinite, and understanding the mystery of the Trinity is extremely difficult. Then I'm like, so then why even get into the Trinity? Can't there be a more simple understanding? And that's the problem with the Greco-Roman mind. They continue to deal with the abstract of things that is unimportant to the Eastern mindset. I give you an example. When Bereshit opens up, it has nothing to do with the ontological existence of the creator. It has nothing to do with his history, who made him, who created him, right? His relationship with other entities and beings before that. There's no concern with the author, the writer. They have no concern with that. They're simply trying to demonstrate that the patron deity in which they follow, right, the doxology of their approach to this deity is in regards to him being the creator of the existence in which they are in sphere of living, right? And in his realm of influence, right? And then how he's dealing with mankind, and then specifically parses out Israel through Abraham, the patriarchal father. So when you look at it, and you look at it from Bereshit and then move your way on, you have a different way of interpreting the text. When I did my lecture that I did not too long ago, it's called El Shaddai, Yod He Wav He El Elyon, three of a kind or one and the same. In part 4, I deal with the Yeshua element, and I give you a perspective that doesn't need the Trinity to explain. Right. So when I go into this with these Christians, we're going to deal with all the proof texts they bring out. John chapter 1, they bring out Colossians, they bring out, you know what I'm saying? They bring out Hebrews, the book of Hebrews. They go into all these texts, and I'm going to deal with them on them. I'm going to exegete it for them and show them some things that are interesting that I don't really see a lot of these Christian apologists or Christian pastors bringing out, that I think that they should know. There's a lot of pitfalls in regards to Trinitarian doctrine, and this is being conveyed by a Christian academic scholars, right? So I have tons of books on this. Matter of fact, I have 2 books that I can show y'all real quick. If y'all are interested, again, after I have this discussion, this will be available on Patreon, and or you could just email me at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com, and I'll share the books with you. Again, I'm still looking. I don't see no Christians there yet. I have no clue what's going on. I don't know, man. Shout out to Black App and the building, Yaakov Ben Yasharala. What's going on, my brother? Shannon here. What's going on, sis? DB Hebrew exalted by Yah in the building. What's going on? What's going on? So let me show you some references while we're waiting on these Christians, man. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they got cold feet. I don't know what's up. But anyway, I want to show y'all these books because there's tons of books on the Trinity, tons of books on the Trinity. There's some that are easy to read and some that are really complex, right? Unless you really understand it. But here's one of the references. I'm going to show you on my screen real quick. And then I'm gonna drop off with y'all another minute or two so we can go over to Patreon. So if you guys want to finish this discussion, man, head over to the Patreon. Okay. So this here, as you can see, this is called the Oxford Handbook of the Trinity. All right. Edited by Giles Emery OP and Matthew Levering. Okay. This right here is an excellent book, man. It has, let me show it to you real quick. Let me show you the, so all of these, you see here, all of these papers that have been collated into this book was written by all of these professors and scholars. You know what I'm saying? Professor of Catholic theology at the University of Bristol, professor of theology at Princeton Theological Seminary, tutor in theology at Christ Church, Oxford, and lecturer in patristics in the theology faculty of Oxford University, professor of dogmatic theology of the University of Freiburg, Dr. Honoris Causa of the Moscow Theological Academy, professor of divinity and principal of New College at the University of Edinburgh, associate professor of philosophy at the Catholic Universiteit Leuven in Belgium, lecturer in the New Testament study at the University of Cambridge, fellow of the Fitzwilliam College in Cambridge, associate professor at Duke University, Orthodox nun and theologian and experienced patristic scholar, associate professor of theology at Francian University in Steubenville. Received his doctorate in historical theology from Fordham University, professor of fundamental and dogmatic theology. I mean, the list goes on to all the contributors of this book. Again, this is a heavy read. It's really good if you can make your way through it and kind of grasp what they're talking about to understand the Trinity. And, we got to still deal with the theological contentions we have with Christianity as well. We have the ethnic side and then we have the theological side. So that has to be dealt with as well. And you got to understand this, because when you understand this framework, it's easy to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? But what I try to do is play like I don't know until we have the real discussion. But this book right here, I think, is extremely valuable, and I think everybody should get. Another good book that I think everybody should get is this one right here. Okay, it's called The Cambridge Companion to the Trinity, edited by Peter C. Fahn. All right, this is another good read in regards to the Trinity as well. All right, and then I have another exclusive book. It's on Patreon, so if you join up on Patreon, you'll see it that I have on the Trinity as well. And then I have maybe about 30 books on the Trinity, other books. Right, so I'm gonna try to make them all available on Patreon, or you can just email me at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com and I can release it to you guys. But again, I'm just waiting on them. Go back and check to see if anybody is there. Nah, he dropped off. I don't see anybody. Let me check in with him to see what's going on. All right, so he's saying they having issues getting on. I don't know. Hopefully that's authentic. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, shout out to Yirmiyah, Yehuda in the building. My brother Santonio Wiggins. I'm a Hebrew Christian. I'll talk to you about the Trinity. So Santonio, do you subscribe to the Trinity? If you do, let me know, because if this doesn't pan out, I'm just gonna have to do a discussion on here with y'all. I mean, y'all let me know. Shout out to Kenesha Morgan. Shalom. I pray they show up as well, sis. Shout out to Charles Williams. Do we have to download an app for Patreon? You can download the Patreon app, which I recommend, or you can just go to www.patreon.com. You can sign up there and put your pledge in and get access. So you can do it either on your computer or you can do it on the app. So the app is there as well, and you get the same content, get to tune in from the app as well. Shout out to L Boogie 75 in the building. What's going on? Thank you, Millie Love. So yeah, she got it, sis. So she's putting you down on it. Anthony 2019, where could we learn ancient Hebrew, and what all modern language did they speak in Yahushua days? Was modern Greek same as then? Well, the Greek they spoke at that time is Koine Greek. The Greek they speak today is modern Greek. The Hebrew they would have spoke then would be first century Palestinian Hebrew. A lot of that was liturgical. That was confined to just the priests or the upper class in regards to the priesthood. Or the elites that can actually read the text, but Aramaic was like the lingua franca at that time in that region for most of the common people. So if you want to talk about ancient Hebrew, we can only date it back to maybe about the Iron Age period, right? That's when we're able to actually date Hebrew as far back as we can go. We can see Proto-Hebrew in other places, but that's as far back as we can go. And then you got to look at inscriptional Hebrew, which is important, right? Inscriptional Hebrew and development of that. I actually did a lecture on this not too long ago. So if you're interested in that lecture, email me. I'll put the email in here right now. There we go. All right, that's the email right there. And just so you guys know, the mixtape is ready to drop. So the mixtape will be dropping this Monday. All right, the KHM mixtape will be dropping this Monday. We got nothing but hot fire on there. Cold fire, warm fire, all types of fires on there. All right. Okay. All right. So I'm just waiting. The brother told me that these are like, he said these are Hebrews who are new to the truth, who are just coming out of Christianity and has these questions. All right. Shout out to the sister Kenesha Morgan for the donation. I appreciate that. Also, the KHM pre-exilic Israelite sacerdotal metallurgical calendar, quote unquote, will be dropping on June 1st. That's the date that we have set. We're going to try to stick to it and release it. We had so many inquiries in regards to the calendar. So I just want to let you guys know that it will be there soon. June 1st. Stay on the lookout. The mixtape is dropping this Monday, which I believe is the 25th. It will be dropping on the 25th. On Sunday, Patreon subscribers are going to get the early access on Sunday, so they get to listen to it before it becomes public on Monday. If you guys are interested in it, you guys can email at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. We're asking for a $10 or more donation to get access to the mixtape, so we can bring in more funds to get work done. And those of you who are Patreon subscribers, you get access to the mixtape at no cost, no additional cost, because you guys are already investing in the ministry. All right. I'm still waiting on him. He's saying they're still having technical issues. Ascent of Phoenix said, what's your view on modalism? Modalism has to do with the essence of theos, or of what's called God, manifested themselves in three different forms in the redemption of man. You have the Father, which is the primary essence. Then the Father kind of transforms into the Son, and then the Son transforms into the Spirit. And that's what modalism, different modes of existence, right, of what's called a thing God, right? The Trinity has to do with three separate and distinct persons that are co-equal, co-eternal, and they all share the same essence, which is homoousia, the same essence, and that essence is called God, and it's manifested in three different distinct persons who are co-equal, co-eternal with three different personalities, but they're all one in the same essence in regards to that essence, which is God, and it's manifested in three persons of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, right? So that's the difference between the two. So again, when they have questions about that, I'll be able to deal with that as well. But again, family, anybody that's interested in the mixtape, like I said, we will be dropping it this Monday. Even the album cover is fire when you see it. You know what I'm saying? So, man, like I said, it's nothing but flames on that mixtape. And then once we're done with this mixtape, of late summer, we're going to try to launch KHMMG, which is Kingdom Harbinger Ministries music group. We have an artist that we've picked that we're going to put money behind to do music videos, studio time to put the tracks together, new album art, and exclusive, man. So we're going to try to do that late summer going into the fall. We're going to push an artist to really put out some great original music for you, right? The mixtapes are really a collection of things that either get sent to us or that we request from other artists that we put together, that we know that once you guys hear it, put you in the zone. You know what I'm saying? If you're feeling like, man, I'm not encouraged enough, or, I'm not amped enough, to get into my studies or walk out in the real world, this mixtape is designed to pump you up. You know what I'm saying? To get you energized, to get you hyped. So that way, no matter what comes your way, you can get it done. You feel what I'm saying? So again, the mixtape will be dropping this Monday. The calendar, look out for that on June 1st. Thanks to everybody that's already done their pre-orders or give their donations in advance for these things. We got you. And our Patreon, you get the calendar for free, no additional cost, and you get the mixtape for free, no additional cost for sign up for Patreon, on top of all the other free things that we give you on Patreon. So there's nothing like our Patreon family. I'm telling you right now. Shout out to Karis Copeland in the building. What's going on? Ascent of Phoenix, I agree. They are, right? But again, when you go back and look at my lecture series entitled El Shaddai, Yod He Wav He, El Elyon, Three of a Kind, or One and the Same. If you have not seen that, go to the playlist for this channel. You'll see it. I put all 4 videos in a playlist. Please watch that. That is a monumentally profound lecture. One of the best lectures I've ever done. And it gives so much new insight and clarity to the text. It just brings it to life of things you've never even considered before. That is a classic lecture y'all need to go back and check out. Shout out to my uncle in the building, Thomas Holmes. What's going on? My brother and my uncle in the building. You know what I mean? Shout out to my family, man. And I'm grateful, man, that my family's tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Because 5 years ago, they would have not been on this channel at all. You know what I'm saying? 5 years ago, it's like, yo, Divine, what's going on? Or they would call me Ron. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? You bugging out. I'm telling you, true story. You could ask them. 5, 6 years ago, they're like, yo, what's this Israelite thing you doing? And they didn't understand it. They didn't want nothing to do with it. But now my family is warming over. And I thank the Most High, because all I had to simply do is just be me. Walk the walk that Yah has given me, do what I had to do. And I was able to reach them. I didn't have to argue them about it. Like, they want to have discussion, we could do that. I didn't have to argue with them about it, right? I just had to just let my light shine. And that light that sent me is the Most High. And if you walk it out as best as you can, and you're consistent, and you convey things without hatred and animosity and any of the other stuff, you can reach family without even talking to them. You feel what I'm saying? So I thank the Most High for that, having family in here, man, that are genuine, that are loving. And my family's a blessing, man. Even those who are not Israelites, they're a blessing. I can still talk with them. And again, I don't beat them over the head with anything like that. I show respect, with them, especially if they're my elders, like my uncle that's here in the building. And we just build, and that's my thing. It's like, I understand that the war is not my family. Like, even if they're opposed to what it is that I teach, the war is not with them, right? The war is with the egregore that has been infused into their mindset, where they are presupposing certain things that I then have to address if it comes up in discussions. None of my Christian family members is my enemy, and they all are, they all are encouraged to stand on whatever ground or truth that they've arrived to. I have no issues with that. All I'm saying is don't attack me. All right. If you don't attack me, then we good. Stand on what you want to stand. If you want to talk and build and learn from each other, it's not just a one-way conversation, me teaching them. No, I want to learn. I'm a student first. And I don't care what denomination of Christianity you are, what religion you are, there's always something that I can learn and something that I can teach. And if you keep that mindset to learn first before you teach, then they'll be more receptive, right? The best way to really dive into a conversation is asking leading questions, and leading questions by allowing a person that has an opposite worldview to stay in a position of authority and power. And when you continue to work passive aggressively through that, through leading questions and certain inquiries, it's the best way to reach them without outrightly beating them over the head. And there's tactics that you can utilize to get your point across without having that extra angst of anger and so forth. You don't need to do that. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So we just have to take note of that and convey it. Shout out to my brother James, Get Wise in the building. What's going on? So still waiting on these Hebrews, right? That used to be Christians. And get back to my brother Q family. So like I said, thank you all for showing up tonight. I appreciate y'all, family. I'm going to give you a dynamic show tomorrow. You know how we do at Freestyle Friday. Okay. But tonight I got to handle business. All right. Hopefully, if I don't have the discussion with them tonight, I'll get back on here with y'all. And whoever wants that work, they can get that work on the Trinity. You just let me know who it is, tag them, tell them to get in here, and we can just put the gloves on, do a little sparring session. You know what I'm saying? And after the gloves come off, give each other a hug. You know what I'm saying? And keep it moving. And outside the ring, we still brothers. You feel what I'm saying? All right. So I appreciate that, my brother Santonio. I appreciate that. All right. All right, family. So let me drop off here. Let me focus on the brother Q because it's getting late. I didn't see nobody jump on. They were having problems. Let me help them resolve it. But I just wanted to tell y'all that it's going down on the Patreon, family. Like I said, if you haven't signed up, sign up. You can give whatever amount you want to give from $1 to $1 million. It's up to you guys. Whatever you led to pledge, every little bit counts. And even if you pledge maybe $5, $10 or whatever, you're still getting access to a ton of things, right? And we're going to be giving out certificates and plaques to all of our patrons soon. I was going to hold off on that, but I'm going to tell you, in June, we're going to be sending out certificates and we're going to be sending out plaques to everybody that has pledged with us because we want to make you guys feel special for investing in us. Besides all the stuff we already given for free and sharing, we're going to send something extra as a nice little gift or a token of thank you to everybody who have invested into this ministry and help it be what it is today. Even y'all, those of you who are here right now in the chat. I love all of y'all. I appreciate all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? I love your warrior spirit. Y'all keep me in check. Y'all keep me accountable. Y'all keep me sharp, man. And I appreciate y'all for that. All right. All right, family. So look, I'm getting off of here. If you want to see the rest of the action, jump in on that Patreon. Like I said, tons of books are going up. We're going to go in. I'm going to try to educate and edify my brothers and sisters. They're not my enemies, whether they're Israelites coming in, Christians, whatever. They're my brothers and they're my sisters first and foremost. And again, I talk because I like to amp things up so people can get lively into discussion because this can get really technical. So you got to make it engaging. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to say certain things or certain puns out there, idioms, expressions, you know what I'm saying, to amp things up, you know what I'm saying, so that people can really get involved into this discussion because it's extremely important because a lot of Christians tie this to salvation. If you don't understand the Trinity, to them, you don't have salvation. It's that serious. You feel what I'm saying? So family, I love y'all. Let me jump off. I appreciate the donations, family. And those of you who just now signed up for the Patreon, thank you so much. We appreciate it. We still have a giveaway, money back giveaway for y'all signing up. We're just going to throw money at y'all. You want money? We're going to throw it out like this just for supporting us. You give it to us, we give back. You know, we give away, I don't know, like it's almost $500 already on the Patreon side that we've already given out, not including the gifts we've given out and everything else. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother Christian Mayfield in the building. I hope you enjoyed that discussion as well, my brother. All right, because I know you're looking forward to it. All right. So thank you, family, for watching. Again, we'll see if everything goes down. Tune into Patreon to see the rest. I love you, family. And I'll see y'all. If not tonight, tune in tomorrow for our Freestyle Friday. You know what it is. Peace and shalom.